They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. First of all, it's they're not like us. And second of all, aside from the fact that Drake got his face chumped in front of the whole world, I really don't like that song. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And yes, it is the Triple OG, the official mic dropper, here to bring you some inconvenient truths once again. Now, guys, it's been a long time since I've watched the Grammys. Really doesn't do anything for me lately. But I did see some of the highlights from last night's Grammys, and there's a couple of takeaways that I got from it. Number one, Kanye West does not love his wife, ain't no way in hell. And number two, Alicia Keys doesn't care about black people. Yeah, I know, it's a rough thing to say, but Alicia Keys does not care about black people. And we're talking about DEI once again. You guys saw the thumbnail, and you guys know a couple of days ago I did a video entitled DEI Must END. Basically, DEI must end, for those of you who can't spell. And what I was talking about was basically laying out my case for why this is not in the best interest of black people to be defending this DEI initiative, as we are not the number one beneficiaries of that initiative anyway. But last night, Alicia Keys decided that she was going to make her little statement regarding this, and it made me think about a few things, and I want to put some things on your mind here. You might want to share this with others because so many people are running with this. Unfortunately, the American Society of Magical Liberals, they are just having a grand old time making us look stupid on a world stage, right? And I can't have that. So I just want to put a couple of things out there. I want to just lay it down in your lap and back away. I don't want to argue with you. I know a lot of people feel strongly about this, but I just want to give you another perspective to think about here, because it seems like black people, we don't always see things in real time. Sometimes we don't see that we've been flim-flammed until later. Okay, so I want to try to show you something right now to consider about the direction that we're being led in by people like Alicia Keys. Now, you would think after the last election cycle, most of us would realize you can't listen to celebrities. Celebrities are full of shit, and they have their own concerns and interests, and they're not ours. You know what I mean? They're just not. But let's get into what she had to say right here. And this article is on MSN.com. And it says, DEI may be under attack, but the Grammys celebrated it. Okay, no surprise there. All right, let's scroll down to actually what Alicia Keys had to say. Alicia Keys, she was accepting the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award, and she said, "This is for all the ladies that know the magic they bring to the room," Keys said. "This is not the time to shut down the diversity of voices. We've seen on this stage talented, hardworking people from different backgrounds with different points of view, and it changes the game. DEI is not a threat. It's a gift." Now, Alicia Keys is conflating her being on that stage and receiving awards for singing and everything with DEI initiatives. Like the Grammys have not been around for something like 1,000 years, right? Well before these DEI initiatives. But she's saying that we have DEI to thank for the fact that there's all this talent on the stage, right? I mean, I just think that that's terrible that she would put it out there that way, and she would want to mislead her base, her fans out there who are predominantly black, right? And she would try to lead us into being outraged about these DEI initiatives being taken away, when the fact is, the undeniable fact is that black people are by far not the primary recipients of these DEI or beneficiaries of these DEI initiatives. It's just not like that, okay? Number one is white women. Number two is LGBTQ. Number three is just about everybody else. And then it's black people, all right? But for some reason, you got us running around in the streets. You got us being outraged. You got Al Sharpton running up in Costco, instead of Target. Which reminds me, let's talk about Target for a minute, shall we? All right? Because this is the point that I want to make, all right? This is what I want people to really consider right here, all right? And it says, this is in QZ.com, by the way. Black-owned brands are urging consumers not to boycott Target over its DEI retreat. A boycott could inadvertently harm black-owned businesses that rely on Target's vast market presence to reach customers. All right, so there are actually black brands in Target. All right, I would probably argue that there's probably more black brands in Target than probably Costco. I don't know. I'd have to look into that, right? But that's a fact. So when Al Sharpton and people like him want to lead this boycott against Target, against Walmart, without doing their homework to see how many actual black-owned businesses are stocking the shelves of Target or Walmart. For some reason, I got like tongue twisted going on today, but I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to stop. Black-owned brands are questioning customers against a boycott of Target amid concerns over the retail. I wonder if I'm having a stroke. This hat is kind of tight. Oh my God. Black-owned brands are cautioning consumers against a boycott of Target amid concerns over the retailer's reduced emphasis on diversity, equity, and inclusion or DEI initiatives. The move comes as Target navigates its corporate strategy, sparking debate across various communities. Prominent figures, such as Tabitha Brown, have publicly voiced their concerns, stressing that a boycott could inadvertently harm black-owned businesses that rely on Target's vast market presence to reach customers. Target recently faced mounting criticism for scaling back its DEI commitments, which triggered calls for a boycott from some corners. While some businesses benefited from Target's previous initiatives, the retailer confirmed that it remains committed to supporting prominent events such as Twin Cities Pride. Target's engagement in community events demonstrates its ongoing involvement, albeit reduced, in diversity initiatives. Remember, I think it was last spring when you walked into the Target and you saw all of this trans displays all over the place. This is what I'm trying to make people understand. This has nothing to do with black people. This, as usual, has to do with LGBTQ concerns, piggybacking off of black concerns or putting black concerns out there for everybody else. This is what I've been talking about for years when I talk about the black face of failure. They just throw us out front, but in the back, they're the ones who are doing making all the moves and pursuing their interests and all of that, but they let us do all of the work, running around in the streets yelling like a bunch of idiots. You know what I mean? Being all outraged about stuff. We already had our civil rights movement, and guess what? It was a success. And this is the reason why you have these black-owned businesses stocking the shelves of Target and Walmart now, the very stores that you want to boycott. It reminds me of when black people riot in the streets, and they burn down their own neighborhoods, going against their own best interests as usual. That's what we have here, making a fool out of us as usual. Now, I know it sucks that it always has to be me that points stuff like this out, because quite frankly, it makes people call me a coon and all this stuff. Well, you know what? Fuck this. You can coon this. But anyway, figures such as Brown highlight the potential unintended consequences a boycott could have on black entrepreneurs. Now, Brown, whose brands are sold at Target, and yes, Tabitha Brown does have a large variety of brands that she sells at Target. It includes groceries, gifting essentials, stationery, home decor, kitchen, crafts, and activities. Now, you see her in the thumbnail, beautiful black woman. Alicia Keys, she's talking about black women and magic and everything like that. I guess she's not talking about Tabitha Brown. I wonder why. But anyway, getting back to the article here, Brown's position underscores fears that sales disruptions could be misinterpreted by retailers, overshadowing the genuine market demand for minority-owned brands. The genuine market demand for minority-owned brands. Listen, guys, like it or not, we are part of American culture. We are Americans. You understand? You should not be threatened when somebody says we want to make America great again. We are Americans. We are part of the system. We're part of that. We have concerns also that go hand in hand with America's prosperity. So I don't understand why we allow ourselves to be roped into going against our own best interests time after time after time. Now, guys, I just wanted to point this out to you guys real quick. You might want to share this information, even if you don't share this video, because there's just so much misinformation out there. There's so much ignorance. There's so much retardation. And I hate to see black people out here looking stupid. Guys, I've made videos talking about how I hate that black people are the butt of the joke all the time. But this is how we become the butt of the joke. If you were outside of the community and you saw black people consistently going against their best interests, yelling about racism this and racism that, when that's actually not the case, we spit on our forefathers. who already went through the civil rights movement, who fought for the ability for Tabitha Brown to be able to sell her wares in Target. You know what I mean? But we act like that didn't exist. We allow people to tell us or act as if it's still 1965. Now, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King warned us about the American Society of Magical Liberals. They told you that the liberals are more dangerous than the so-called in-your-face racists that they saw down south. When are we going to wake up and understand that reality? We can't keep going against our very best interests, our own interest. But I just wanted to put that out there, guys. Something to think about. Why are we fighting so hard for these DEI initiatives? And why are we celebrating people like Alicia Keys, who clearly think that we're a bunch of jackasses? Now, guys, you can get in the comment section. You can let me know how you feel about all of this. As always, you can like, you can share, and you can subscribe. If you care to, you can also donate to the channel through the Super Thanks feature on each and every one of my videos. Guys, I thank you so much just for listening. I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.